Okay, here I am at the Lincoln Memorial in Charleston to celebrate the 14th Amendment and the fact that here in the USA they don't seem to know what the supreme law of the land means, because there are citizen votes that are going uncounted. There are frivolous laws, especially in this state, trying to ban women from doing things to their bodies, and this is all unconstitutional according to the 14th Amendment. So I'm going to read it now, just the first paragraph, the first clause, but I'm here with Lincoln, and I'm going to read it together. So I don't know, it could be that you got it backwards. It's a nice day, and I got a flag there, and so anyway, here we go. Is there a way to get both things together? Maybe. Let me see. Although for you it's backwards, huh? So maybe I just get Lincoln and myself for right now. Okay. Shame on you, West Virginia, for not counting U.S. citizen votes. You seem to be thinking you are above the law, and you are not. So, the 14th Amendment reads, let me find it. So, 1514, Section 1. And it was ratified on July 9th, 1868. So it's been in effect since 1868. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof back when this amendment was created, they didn't have airplanes. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So, did you hear that? I hope the road wasn't too loud. So that's just the first section. I am going to read the other ones because it is the 14th Amendment Day, and the other sections deserve also attention, but then I'll reread that one. Section 2 of the 14th Amendment. Representatives shall be appointed among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state, including Indians not taxed. But when the right to vote at any election for the choice of electors for President and Vice President of the United States, representatives in Congress, the executive and judicial officers of a state, or the members of the legislature thereof, is denied to any of the male inhabitants of such states, being 21 years of age and citizens of the United States, or in any way abridged, except for participation in rebellion or other crime, the basis of representation therein shall be reduced in proportion which the number of such male citizens shall bear to the whole number of male citizens 21 years of age in such a state. There is a little asterisk next to the age of 21 because it's been changed to 18. That happened with the 26th Amendment. Prior to that, you had to be 21 years of age to vote. Section 3, so that clearly states about men being electors. So I guess that does mean, well, let me go on. Section 3, no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president or vice president or hold any office, civil, military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress, sorry, got a little windy, who have previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemy thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Are you still there? Yeah. Okay, so that was, Section 3. Did I say that? That was Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Section 4. The validity of the public debt of the United States authorized by law includes debt incurred for payment of pensions and bounties for service in suppressing insurrection or rebellion. Shall not be questioned. But neither the United States nor any state shall assume or pay any debt or obligation incurred in aid of insurrection or rebellion against the United States, or any claim for the loss of emancipation of any slave. But all such debts, obligations, and claims shall be held illegal and void. Section 5 of the 14th Amendment, the Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislature the provisions of this article. Okay. So, the right, actually, the, yeah, I won't read that. Okay, so that is all of the 14th Amendment. And let me read Section 1 again. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Person, equal protection of the laws. Okay, so that is my reading of the 14th Amendment. And I want to also read the Declaration of Independence with my interpretation. And I should say, let me read the preamble to the Constitution just to let you know what the original document was about. It starts off, "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for a common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America." Then, in Congress, this is the Declaration of Independence. That's what the 4th of July is about. In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the Declaration by the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress and Assembly. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's imaginary person entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator, so mother and father, with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to ensure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. It is the right of the people. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, violations, whenever that word comes up, I'll say violations now. Abuses and violations pursuing invariably the same object. Events, it shows a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, absolute poverty. It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient suffrage of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former system of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and violations, all having indirect the establishment of absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to the candid world. So, then there's a long list. Okay, so I think it's clear. It is our duty to throw off this government that is not acting on the behalf of the people, and especially of the women and girls. So it is time to change this. Now, you know I have written 2 lawsuits. One is still pending with the Supreme Court, and one was denied without prejudice, so I can submit that, or something similar. But this is just unacceptable that these things keep going on without relief. This is not what our founding fathers intended. And it's not what all the people who died in the Civil War and in other wars and in childbirth and in protecting themselves from other issues during other times, during protests and other things. These people did not and should not die in vain. We owe it to them to be the best government we can be. And right now we're failing. We have so much fraud and corruption in our government, in the Democrats and Republicans especially, and in their laws and regulations that they've created to keep the power that they have. So shame on them for insulting everyone who ever did anything, but especially people who lost their lives for our country. Shame on you, Democrats, Republicans, and the Zionists. I hold you accountable. You are not living up to what this country could be. And you've taken us down to the lowest of low, and it's unacceptable. On that note, I will say I'm working on some things. Change is coming. Democrats and Republicans and Zionists, your days are numbered. I call upon the Supreme Court to act on my lawsuit and declare it's official, and we need to have a new election because we can't even go forward because everyone in office is illegally there. They've been manipulated and fraudulently put into office. Okay, that's my news. My message for today, 14th Amendment Day. Thank you for stopping by. And I wish us all freedom. Today, now, and forever.